Hey guys, welcome to yet another episode of Stripped. Today we are featuring international touring musician SaxAppeal. You don't want to miss this, guys. Make sure you share the live, make sure you head over to hookitup.tv/tip and tip the performer. As we always say, every little bit counts and they get 100% of your donations. This is our season 1 finale. So you know we had to do it up big. I know that SaxAppeal has an amazing show prepared for you guys, so I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Make sure you share the live because a lot more people need to enjoy this. SaxAppeal, take it away.
What up, though, ladies and gentlemen? I go by the name of SaxAppeal, and I am a Detroit, Michigan born and raised artist, homegrown, Detroit bred. I'm still here at the crib now. We ain't going nowhere, right? But I'm honored to be here as a stripped artist. And I'm not going to talk your ear off. I just want to play some music, and I'm sure you just want to hear some music. So without further ado, let's get into this music. Let's go, y'all. I hope y'all like that first song we did, which is entitled Queen. One of my original songs dedicated to all queens out there. This next song I'm gonna do, it's an unreleased song. I haven't put it out yet, but y'all let me know what y'all think about it. So send them hearts, send them likes, send them comments. Let me know what y'all think about this joint. It's a Stevie Wonder inspired song. Y'all let me know what y'all. Okay, I see the hearts, I see the likes, I see the love. I appreciate it. Word up. So yeah, that's one of my unreleased songs. Again, inspired by Stevie Wonder. I don't really have a name for it yet, but if y'all can think of a cool title, put it in the comments below. Now, this is one of my favorite joints. Feel good joints. Hey, great. Bill Russell. Bill Withers. And this is just water. Imagine if I had a drink. Now, see, if you don't like Bill Withers, man, there's something must be wrong with you. I see them heart. I see the love. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Oh, what y'all know about that? We're gonna get y'all moving a little. I ain't got no room to move. I'm stuck in this chair. But you at home, cut it up. Yeah. And that's one of my favorite joints by Neo. Super fun song to do, all because of you. This next song I'm gonna do is by the GOAT, Mr. Stevie Wonder, which is melodically probably one of the most difficult songs to play. For me, it is anyway. But if y'all know me, y'all know how I feel about Stevie. Stevie is the greatest of all time, hands down, to do it. So, gotta be my favorite joint to play by Stevie. Title of the joint. Now, if y'all ain't hip to the GOAT, Mr. Stevie Wonder, man, you got to get hip. You got to get hip, man. And I'm looking. I see the hearts. I see the love. I see the likes. I appreciate y'all, man. So I'm going to do this joint by the late, great Michael Jackson. Written back, written by Floetry. So yeah, I'm gonna get into this joint. I got like 2 more songs, and I'm gonna get into this interview stuff so y'all can get to know me a little bit better. Let's get it, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I see the love. I see the likes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all, man, for real. So I only got time for like 2 more songs, man. Like time goes by real fast when you're having fun. So it's 2 songs am I gonna bless y'all with? All right, so I'm gonna do one of my favorite songs by my big brother, Dwelle, another Detroit artist who's known all around the world, Grammy nominated, Grammy Award winning as well. An amazing singer, multi instrumentalist, producer, DJ, father. He wears many hats, but I'm gonna get into this joint, uh, which was made famous on his first album, which was entitled Subject. The song is called Hold On. And if y'all know about some good old neo soul classics, then let me dance with you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate that. I got time for one more song. And I'm going to do my new single. What's the name of the song? Well, it's the song that's called My boy Aaron Janet on the trumpet. Hey man, and that's my time for performance. But don't go nowhere because we still got the interview. Y'all need to like stick around so y'all can get the behind the scenes stuff. Get to know me a little bit, all right? Stick around. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, SaxAppeal, for that amazing performance. Ooh, I was jamming over here. Everybody was having a great time in the comments. That was a lot of fun. We're gonna give you a quick break. Guys, keep sharing the live. We have so much more in store for you today. We're coming back in just a few minutes with the Stripped interview, and we're gonna get up close and personal with SaxAppeal himself. I know that we're having a great time so far, but don't forget to tip the performer. Gotta head over to hookitup.tv/tip and show him some love. Guys, every little bit counts. It takes a lot of time, effort, energy, and money to put together the quality content that you guys are experiencing right here, right now. So hookitup.tv/tip. Every little bit counts, even if it's just $1, $2, $3. Show some love. Make sure you share the live. Let's get more of our friends and family in here so that we can close out season 1 of Stripped with a bang. We're gonna come back in 2.2, so hang in there.
Here comes a brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. I'm kicking new flavor in your ear. Just like
You in the blab, robotic kick the flab. My flavor be the batter, chitter chatter, madder than the Mad Hatter.
Bet your mash, come up better. Got the day to turn your body into matter.
Yeah, just like a piece of sizzling.
you fit inside my stomach with the edge and crisp between. The king is what I mean. Man, get a cup and put some change inside your hand.
Hold up.
Let's make it official. MCs need tissue. My issue.
You better pay attention when we say that. Stevie, you won't be around next year. Rap tunes will be kicking that flavor in your ear.
Here comes a brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. I'm kicking new flavor in your ear.
Mike's a brand new flavor.
Used to getting mad and get more but than that shit.
Forget the fair ones, I get mine the fast way.
Ski mask way, leave a ransom notes. Far from handsome, but you know a brother, so what you talk? More guns and roses, frozen, shaking in their boots. Invisible bullets. Ice gooch disappear, that moves. Take your saxophone back to I say.
The gimmicks, the whack lyrics, it's depressing, pathetic. Please forget it. You're mad that my style you're admiring.
Don't be mad, UPS is hiring.
You know you should have been a cop for get bebop, but that sax playing, you better get shot.
Not from Houston, but I rap a lot. Pack the sax a lot. My Philly's about to drop.
She didn't cut the light on, she about to record. Put this on the internet. Like people always putting S's on stuff. Farmer Jack's, internets, Kroger's, Walmart's, Montgomery Ward's, Myers, Liver Noise. Well, that's S on there. I didn't want to say it. They put an extra S on it. Liver Noise. All right, let's get into the joint, man.
You gotta put an S on everything. Nordstrom.
my best to sing it because I ain't got no voice right now, but it's really simple. It's everything I just played. I just want to hear y'all sing it along. Let's break it down, y'all. It goes like this. Let me hear y'all. Hey. One more time. Hey. I'm gonna sing. I hear harmonies. I hear the harmonisms. Let's sing it all together. Let's bring it back in, y'all. Congratulations, you are officially part of the crew. Rehearsals is Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Bring fried chicken.
Hey guys, welcome back. It is the interview portion of Stripped. We got to give it up one more time for SaxAppeal for that amazing performance. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really, really appreciate it.
I'm happy to be here.
I gotta tell you, I was over here like doing that mean mugging thing when you hear amazing things from other musicians. And it's a good thing that I'm not on camera while you're performing because I was acting a fool. It was such, in my opinion, a perfect way for us to close out season 1 of Stripped. So thank you again for giving us your time. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, the way that we do Stripped is we like to start surface level, get a little deeper, and then get a little deeper. So we are going to start off by asking for SaxAppeal's bare basics. So please tell us your age, where you're located, a fun fact about you, and a quote that you like to live by.
All right, let's start at the top. My name is SaxAppeal. My real name, my government name, I'm gonna give y'all this, Ladero Johnson Sr. I am 35 years old, just celebrated my birthday on the 13th.
Happy belated.
Thank you. Cancer season is officially over. We're in the Leo season. I am here in Detroit, Michigan, born and raised. Been here all my life. I've never lived anywhere else. I guess that could be one of my fun facts. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna give you one of my fun facts. I can't do anything backwards. Like I can't swim backwards. I can't skate backwards. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a fear or what. But anything that has to do with backwards, I can't do it. Only like driving in reverse. That's all I got.
Interesting. Okay.
I can't walk. I can do none of that.
All right. And a quote that you like to live by?
My quote that I like to live by is practice makes improvement, which I learned from my 3rd grade band teacher. Doesn't make perfect, make improvement.
I like that one. I actually normally say practice makes progression, but I like yours. Great minds. Okay, so I have to touch on the fact that you gave us an exclusive. We always appreciate the exclusive. It makes us feel special. But you guys heard, he's asking for suggestions on song titles. So that means that if you didn't catch it, you got to go back, watch the replay, and make sure you put in the comments below or in the chat to the side there what you think the song title should be, and he'll let us know if he picks one of your choices.
I'm going to pick one, so just give me the best one and shout you out.
There you go. All right, so guys, we have a lot of awesome stuff to get into today. So I actually want to start off with why you chose to do your performance the way that you did, and all the way down to like the song selection.
All right, well, I'm going to pull up my set list so that way I can give you a better.
Perfect.
That's why. So, of course, I usually I do a lot of stuff with my band, which is, called Crew. That's CRU. But because of Strip, like I didn't want to bring a whole band and all that stuff. Let's strip it down and just kind of get to the bare minimums of everything. So
right.
We can be more intimate. So that's why I chose the instrumental style of the performance for today.
Okay.
Now, as far as set lists, I typically like to start with setting the bar with an original song, which was
Okay.
and that song to me, it always allows me to embellish all of the wonderful women that have been a part of my life. So I make sure that I honor and I cherish and I value and I protect. I'm a protector by nature. So when I play that song, it's always in dedication to all of the wonderful women that are in my life. So yeah.
We love that.
Oh yeah. Now the other joint, the Stevie Wonder influence song, I just wanted to give you guys something exclusive, something new that wasn't going on the upcoming album, which is entitled Black Gold. Like this one didn't make it because it was one of them songs that was like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot that it existed, and I was kind of scrolling through songs and was like, yo, I forgot about this song. So I put it out for this joint, and I hope y'all liked it. It's a fun song to play. It's real chill. It's like chill hop jazz with little grooves on it. So it's something different. Yeah. A Lovely Day. I make sure that every time I get a chance to perform, I do Lovely Day because Lovely Day was the very first song that I played after my son was born.
Oh.
So I make sure to do that one every single time I perform.
That's beautiful.
That's a dedication to him. And Because of You that's one of my favorite Neo songs. Just because it's a feel-good song. Like no matter what mood you're in, happy, sad, whatever it is, you're going to end up feeling like dancing once you hear the song. Like the beat starts to and it's like, oh, okay. It starts off that way, and it does that for the rest of the song. Makes you feel good. And I love feel-good music, so
yeah,
threw that one in there. Yeah, you want me to go through all of them?
I mean, no, you don't have to. That's great.
And I'll finish with the single because people want to hear the single, and I like playing the single because it's kind of piggyback off of the Neo joint. It's song, so I like to feel good and I like to make people feel good. So,
and we like that you like to make us feel good, so it all works.
Yeah,
and
I like to really make y'all feel good. So.
And we're going to actually come back to the single a little bit later. But I think it's so funny that you mentioned, normally you pull up with a band and you purposely, wanted to scale it back because this is stripped. And I totally appreciate that because that's not even a conversation that we actually had. But I did want to touch on the fact that since I discovered SaxAppeal, one thing that I've definitely noticed about you is you always put effort into making sure that whatever you put out is both high quality and creative. Is that an intentional, like a conscious decision that you make, or that's just who you are?
I wish I could say it just flows in my blood like that, but it doesn't. It's all very strategic because I've had many years where I felt like I had decent music and it didn't go anywhere. And it was like, well, why are people rocking with this music? And a lot of it just has to do with marketing. You have to be presentable. You have to look a certain way. Like it's a whole package thing. And early on, I didn't understand it, and the older I got and the more mature my music became, the more mature the production became, the more mature the advertising and the marketing became for it.
Of course.
I'm definitely my own guinea pig. I'm always just kind of throwing things out to see if it sticks. And if it does, okay, cool, we're going to roll with that. And, everything doesn't work for everybody. And every idea that I have doesn't work for me either. But I throw them out and see what sticks. And if it sticks, then it's like, okay, dope. Let's roll with that.
Okay. And speaking of the marketing, I absolutely love the marketing for that song. What is it, that song that's called?
Oh, the song that's called?
The song that's called, yeah. I can't even lie. I've been looking forward to seeing your Instagram stories just to see those posts because they are so good.
They're so fun. Like I actually had to slow down on it because I was having way too much fun thinking the song with like random dance videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So for those of you, if you have not, like if this is your first time finding out about SaxAppeal, which would be crazy to me, make sure you follow him on social platforms because especially on Instagram, that's my main platform that I like to follow you on. He's always posting really interesting stuff and he's also a big supporter of other industry talent. We're going to stick a pin in that for now, but I just want to cover everything you and music first and then we'll get a little bit deeper into the other stuff. So how long have you actually been doing music for?
Well, I've been playing saxophone since 92.
Oh, wow.
1992. My first instrument that I ever played was keyboard. I got a little bitty Radio Shack Casio keyboard. from my grandmother, and she was actually a keyboardist slash organist.
Okay.
And she bought me one, and like in the demo keyboard stuff, like there's songs, and I think Polly Wally Doodle was in there, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So like those were the first songs that I learned. That was on a little $5 keyboard.
Right.
Yeah, so that was back in '90, but I started playing saxophone back in '92.
Okay. And aside from keyboard and saxophone, are those the only instruments that you can play?
I play all the woodwinds, so
wow.
clarinet, flute, oboe, the double reed,
Okay.
a little bit of bassoon. Haven't played English horn in a while, but most of the horns I kind of cover those just enough to record with.
Okay.
So saxophone is definitely the most prominent one that I have, and the one that I can play best.
So is that your favorite, or it's just you're just really good at the saxophone?
Definitely my favorite.
Why?
No instrument tops the saxophone.
Why is it your favorite? What about it makes it the instrument for you?
There's so much passion that it's really just a megaphone to me. Like whatever you're thinking, your thought process, and whatever you want to speak into that instrument, like you literally pour your soul into it, and whatever you're thinking comes out of it. That's my perception of it. You know, like, and I've tried it with every other instrument with keyboards. You know, it's great to play it, but for me, it's not the same passion. It's not the same dynamic that you do.
Interesting. Okay. You do some really unique things, in my opinion, when you're soloing and you're ad-libbing. I play steel pan, and I find soloing so intimidating. I can't even begin to wrap my head around how you actually solo on the level that you do. So what would you be able to suggest to people like myself who want to get better at soloing, but just don't know where to begin?
So a lot of my teachers they kind of all told me the same thing, and that soloing is a lot like public speaking. So what I started to do was to start studying great public speakers. And from that, I learned the importance of dynamics. I learned the importance of spacing. I learned the importance of not playing not speaking every single word that you know at the highest volume that you can. Like,
yeah.
You know, to build up to it. So that, and honestly, one of my more recent, one of my favorite people to listen to as far as public speaking has been President Barack Obama. Like he gets it. Like he understands the importance of the build up. He understands the dynamic and all those things. Also, Michael Eric Dyson, who's an amazing public speaker, as a minister as well. So like I've just learned from those people, and my objective is to not sound like an idiot like our current president and people like that who like they're just speaking, but it's like you're not really saying nothing. You're just speaking for the sake of speaking.
Facts.
So, yeah, that's my avoidance. Like stay away from that. Don't use all the words you get. Like him and Hitler. Like those are the people that you don't want to sound like.
Oh my God.
They come out and it's like like you just gotta take it easy. Don't take your time to speak your mind, you know?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Can you read sheet music?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I actually started reading sheet music and I started reading regular words.
Wow.
So they kind of go hand in hand for me. I'm actually really glad that I was able to learn reading in theory at such an early age, because I know a lot of cats who were same age as me, and they're like, man, I never really learned how to read sheet music. And I'm one of those people where it's like, well, look, let's take it from the top. Let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm willing to help, but it's just mind blowing to me sometimes where it's like I was really blessed to be able to like learn through the school system from second grade all the way up to college, you know? So yeah.
Okay. What would you say, I guess, would be the biggest advantage to being able to read music as opposed to just playing by ear?
I would say there's certain specific gigs where you have to read the sheet music.
Okay.
For instance, one of the last things I did which was a sheet music gig, was the Marvin Gaye play, Pride and Joy.
Oh, dope.
Everything was charted out, and it was I think a 2.5 hour play, but every single thing was charted out. So, I mean, you could have definitely learned it by ear.
Yeah.
The job description required you to be able to read, because once we started, we were flying through that music. So
that's it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So, as a musician slash artist, how would you describe your sound?
that's that's a good question. Um, I would, I guess I would say signature. Um, my goal has always been to not sound exactly like somebody else.
Right.
You know, like, and I think that's kind of everybody. Like, you're always going to get compared to somebody, but you
Yeah.
don't always want to be like, you know, well, I sound like so and so. Like Michael
Exactly.
Jackson wasn't walking around talking about, yeah, I sound like this person, and like they want to just sound like themselves, you know. So that's, I guess that would be the word that I can think of is
Okay.
um, uh, yeah, that's the first word.
How long would you say it took you to actually figure out what that sound was like for you, like your voice through the saxophone?
I'm actually still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like the first thing that people say to me about my playing is always, man, your tone. And it's like, to me, like I feel like, all right, well, I feel like, you know, I don't necessarily feel like I sound like everybody else.
Yeah.
But you know, I feel like I just sound like a sax player. People are like, man, you sing through your instrument. I feel like, okay, ooh, like as long as everybody else enjoys it,
Right.
I'm happy. I'm content that I've done my job.
So your tone, that has more to do with like you as a person and not so much the instrument itself?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't think, well, yeah, yes and no. I definitely feel like tone is again just your voice speaking through the
Okay.
instrument. I think you can learn things to enhance your tone,
Mm-hmm.
but I think, you know, my tone that I have is just my soul speaking out.
That's awesome. I really like that. I don't know much about how you even play the saxophone and instruments like that. So pardon my ignorance. I really didn't know that there was any kind of like vocal elements that is included in it. I really just thought you were just blowing into the instrument and
Well, it is, but I think for me,
yeah.
my approach to it is to like vocally.
Okay.
You know, and it's kind of always been that. Like a lot of the people that I've studied under, you know, all have been from a vocal perspective. Of course, I listen to like musicians and saxophone players and stuff, but as far as a tonality thing, like I did a lot of owning in and listening to vocals for that perspective.
Nice. That's dope. Okay. Your name, SaxAppeal, is that something you just chose for yourself? Was it given to you by somebody else? Where did that come from?
My name was actually given to me from my mom.
Really?
So, yep. So story goes, but story goes, back in the MySpace days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is when I got my name. This was 2002.
Okay.
I remember taking pictures by myself, me and my horn. I was taking my selfies, and I had like a button-up shirt on. So I was unbuttoning my shirts, and my mom caught me taking pictures. I was in the living room. She's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm taking pictures for MySpace." And she was like, "Oh, you think you sexy, huh? You think you got that sax appeal?" And I was like,
"Dead, that's amazing."
It was like, and I was like, "You know what? That's it. From now on, that's my name." So like, I remember going back to school, like, "Yeah, my nickname is SaxAppeal." People was like, "That is the most cornball name ever."
Oh my God.
Stupid. Change your nickname. And I was like, "Nope, I'm keeping it forever." And then like I remember like getting out on the streets, man, and starting my gigs, and people would like introduce themselves to me. They'd be like, "Man, what's your name?" "Oh yeah, I'm SaxAppeal." Like, okay. Like, all right. And all I could think to myself was like, man, one day this name is gonna stick. One day.
Amazing.
It's gonna stick, man. So it never changed since 2002. So.
Kudos to you, Mom. Well done.
Mama.
So you made a comment about, I think it was Overjoyed. You said was in your opinion, one of the most difficult songs to play. Is that correct? Why? What makes that song so challenging?
It's a lot of emotion. It's a whole lot of emotion. Like it's such a beautiful song, but it's not really a happy song.
Right.
But, and I've noticed that like first of all, when Stevie writes, and I don't know if a lot of people always ask me like, well, why are you playing with your eyes closed? Like and Stevie is my GOAT. Like he's the greatest of all time to me. So I've when I started learning how to play melodies and write melodies, it all happened like Stevie would do it. It's like, okay, well, how would Stevie approach this? And it was like, okay, well, clearly you got to close your eyes because he's like with Steve. So for me, it's literally like painting a picture on a black canvas.
Interesting.
I was like, okay, well, let's close your eyes and let's visualize what mood this is that's going on around you. So when I started to do that and develop that, that's how a lot of my melodic stuff came apart. But that song, I remember like learning it and it was like, this is a tough song to play. And it's not because it's a technical song or anything.
Yeah.
It's just a really tough song to play for me. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Because I was going to ask why you do play with your eyes closed, but I never would have thought that would have been the kind of connection to the music. So I really like that.
It's crazy because when I first started doing it, I didn't realize I was doing it. And then people kind of pointed out to me and I was like, well, it wasn't like a nerve thing. Like I've only been nervous for one gig and that was my very first gig. And I was 7 at a wedding, played at a wedding, played the wedding march. And after that, it was like, oh, this is it. Like, oh, I could spend the rest of my life doing this. But that first one, petrified.
That was it.
Yeah, but like I did that one with my eyes closed, but it was because I was nervous. I mean, they were tight, and I'm like, I don't want to see anybody. I'm so afraid. But I didn't realize that I was doing that until a couple years later, and I was like, as I was playing, I was literally seeing pictures. I was painting as I was playing.
That's dope.
And I was explaining that to people, and they was like, "You're weird." Like, I'm a musician. Like, what do you expect? We're weird. Like.
Is it weird when singers do it? How come nobody calls them out?
Man.
That's hilarious.
I can't feeling it. Ooh, yeah. Like, I can't feel it too. Hey.
So you don't get nervous anymore? Like at all?
I haven't been nervous.
Wow.
It's actually kind of whack though, because like I'll see a sea of people and it, like, for instance, the biggest gig that I've done recently, we were out opening up for Bruno Mars, and we closed his 24 Karat Magic tour, and he went home to Honolulu.
Okay.
So everybody from every island of Hawaii was there. It was, I think the capacity was a 50,000 capacity arena, but it was shoulder to shoulder, and I'm like, yo, I should be nervous, but like all I'm doing is feeding off energy. Like each individual person is just making me more excited. And like I was showing pictures to my mom, and she was like, hell no, ain't no way. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm like, I feed off of it now.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay, I actually want to stay here. So we're going to actually just go beyond the music now, and we might come back, but I like where this is going. So touring, you tour a lot. Like from what I've seen, you're hardly really in one place for any length of time. And this year, coronavirus, COVID-19 hit and has had everybody locked in. I know you most recently did an online live broadcast concert that was a huge production. It honestly was one of the best live broadcasts that I've seen, especially from a production value. You had all the lights and the staging, you had your band there. So I first want to congratulate you on that, on a fantastic show. But what was the dynamic like just being there without an actual audience in front of you?
It's still weird. Like it feels like rehearsals, but with a red light on you. That's it. Like like rehearsals and performances, and as a musician, like they're not the same. Just like, kind of working out the kinks. Yeah. And just getting ready for that anticipation of what that live show is. And it's like, all right, well, we're done. Thank you. And it's like, but where was everybody? Like I miss that. Like I genuinely miss, and I know it's not going to happen for quite some time. Those larger audiences, probably until at least next year. Like we haven't heard anything about. I think maybe one performance with Charlie Wilson,
Okay.
I think that's in like November or December, but everything else has been postponed for next year. So
Yeah.
I'm trying not to be sad about it, but I'm trying to adhere to the new. I don't really want to call it the new normal because that makes it stuck here for a minute. Like
I agree.
Wave the past. Like,
Yeah.
Get off the tour, Corona. Coronavirus took over the tour life and was like, yeah, I'm going on tour around the world.
Right. So, I mean, you've kept yourself pretty busy. I think you go live, maybe 2-3 times a week?
At least twice a week.
At least, yeah. So you have, is it the lock-in?
Yep.
Hold on, I think can you see my camera still?
Yep. I feel like it's a little slow, but I can see.
Interesting. Because it's like it's super, super slow on my end. Sorry, guys. Let me fix this somehow. I don't know what's going on. I apologize.
Oh, yeah.
So strange. See, this is what happens when you go live, guys. You know, we've got technical difficulties and we keep rolling with the punches. Okay, you know what? Let me try. Okay, did we fix it? Is everything back to normal? Moving in normal speed? I think so. Okay. Man, come on. Okay, just like. Okay, guys. So, where were we? We were talking about live broadcasts. So SaxAppeal actually has a whole bunch of things that he does on a regular basis. Like, you have just been pounding out content consistently and again on a level. Tell us about what you got going on in that department and what we can expect more of.
All right. So every Tuesday and every Thursday, I have the pleasure of interviewing some amazing creatives that I know, singers, dancers, songwriters, social media influencers, you name it, like whatever creative people I can think of, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I want to interview you. And I think people need to get to know you a little bit better. And it allows them to build a bigger audience and even get some support with merchandise, people downloading music, in a Cash App, whatever it is, PayPal. It just allows them to gain revenue during this time because not as many people are working right now. And then just also build a fan base and just kind of allow them to get to know the person behind the creative process. Yes,
very true. And I think it's super dope of you that you would even use your platform in that way to support others in the industry above and beyond music. I think that's really cool. And I don't know, I feel like more people need to do that. You know, they say teamwork makes the dream work. And the common theme every time I speak to artists these days is that support is seriously lacking. So kudos to you for at least keeping that within the industry, or at least trying to instill that in others. Together we can achieve. So Saturday Night Cypher, that is a live event that you normally do that you did transfer over to the Instagram live broadcast format. How has that been going?
Well, we actually took a quick beat just because I'm kind of waiting to get back into the live aspect of it.
Right.
There's a few venues here in the city that are slowly opening up.
Okay.
So what I want to do is merge the best of both worlds because I really enjoy being able to have poets from London and singers from South Africa and keyboardists from Toronto. Like I've had amazing people just come on and bless us with their talents. So I want to definitely keep that. So my goal is to bring back the Cypher how we used to have it with the live band and people show up and they do their thing on an open mic, but also have a projector and have people call in and they'll still do their thing, or live. So yeah, so I'm just waiting. I'm just being patient. Like I want it to be bigger and better. Like there has to be evolution in everything that I do.
Absolutely.
With this, you know, I want to make sure that when I bring it back, it's going to be brought back right way. Everybody.
Standards, people. If you're not maintaining, then you have to keep leveling up. It's just the progression of things. Level up. Okay, so where are you looking forward to performing most when, the world goes back to some sort of normalcy?
Here.
Yeah.
That's a tough question.
Or if there's no particular place that, you're hoping to touch afterwards, where have you been that you've absolutely loved? Like, do you have a favorite?
Honestly, my big home crowds are my favorites. Like,
Really?
yeah, like they don't crowd like Detroit, man. Like we've
Really?
been all over the world. London, Germany, Hawaii, Mexico, the islands, like all of that, and they're amazing, absolutely amazing crowds.
Yeah.
But ain't nothing like a Detroit crowd,
Hmm.
especially with like them sold out. So like the last big show we've done here was
Yeah.
at one of my favorite amphitheaters here, called the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater. Now it used to be called Shane Park, but of course since the Queen passed, they changed the name because she's just dope.
Rightfully so.
So yeah, absolutely. So it's an amphitheater that literally sits right off the water. Like there's nothing behind it but literally just water.
Oh, wow.
You see you guys. So it's amphitheater, water, welcome to Canada, and that's it. Yeah.
That's
And
really cool.
like that is my I absolutely love that venue. I love the people there. I
Okay.
love the people who work there. There's a drink there. Can I cuss on here?
Can you what?
Can I cuss on here?
Yeah, go nuts.
All right, so only for the purposes of the drink name, but this drink here in Detroit that you can really only get. There's a only specific type of drink that you can get here, and it's called the Blue Motherfucker. And when I tell you, all you really need is one for the rest of the night. But if you want to be
Really?
strong, you want to be courageous and tough, you can get you another one. Again, I've had drinks from all over, but that's the Blue Motherfucker.
I'm totally geeked out of the fact that it's called the Blue Motherfucker.
Yeah, because it's just as blue as the water you see. It's almost a frozen drink, but it's not quite. It's just that cold.
Okay.
Oh my God!
How big is it? Is this like one of those big ones, or?
It's a regular size drink.
And you only need
All
one?
big as a regular size drink, man. It gets you right.
That sounds stressful, but now I have to try it.
Like a Detroit, like people always talk about the things you have to try when you're Detroit. People always talk about Coney Island. Oh, you got to see 8 Mile. No. There's certain Coney Islands you got to go to, and you got to try a Blue Motherfucker.
Okay. All right. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Make your notes and make sure you get her done. Ding. That's very interesting that you say that you love the hometown crowd most, because I found that a lot of people have difficulty getting that hometown love. At least in Toronto, it's definitely a thing where people have to leave before they really get the kind of respect that they deserve back home. Is that something that was the same for you, or completely different?
Well, mine was. I had moments. I can't lie about it. But I see a lot of people who they'll complain about it. And it's like, man, Detroit will never show no love, dog, man. Oh no, and it's like, okay, how much love have you given to Detroit? That's when everything me changed. All of that turned around. It was like, yo, like, how much are you putting on for the city? How much community service are you doing? How much outreach are you doing? How much are you giving back to this wonderful city that raised you and you leave by the ground? You want to represent Detroit. But how much of that have you put into the city? And that's when it all changed for me.
Huh. That's some real shit right there. And I guarantee you, 90% of the talent that make those complaints don't even think about that. There's this sense of entitlement that is floating around the industry. It's been floating around the industry. And I feel like it's even more rampant in the younger generations.
Oh, yeah. Whole generation. Titled and privileged. Ain't put no work in.
So what would you say, I guess, for that younger generation that is, I'm going to say, plagued by the entitlement, what would you recommend that they do to get past that and get over themselves and find more value in where they're at and working harder for where they need to get, or where they want to get, I should say.
I think with the younger generation, I think the issue is the fact that the generation prior to has worked so hard that everything is kind of given to them because we opened up a lot of doors. But we only opened those doors from working hard, from watching the generation before us work so hard.
Gotcha.
So it's literally been a passed down thing, but when the moment came where it was like, okay, we're passing it to you, we need you to pass it to somebody else.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this is mine. And it was like, no, like you have to take honor in passing that baton, you know. And I think they just kind of dropped it a little bit. But, you know, I definitely have all the hope and aspirations that, you know, they find their way, and all of the extra entitlement just kind of slices, like it just kind of goes away, and they humble themselves, because this industry, especially in music, man, this industry will humble you quickly.
Like that.
Oh man, all it takes is one wrong anything. It could be a wrong tweet, a wrong picture. It don't matter. Like they'll sit you down real quick and you will get blacklisted. Like I've seen it. I've seen some amazing people get blacklisted for just not making smart decisions, and it's like, come on, man.
Have you ever had have you had one of those humbling moments where you're like, okay, wait, I need to pump the brakes for a second here, reevaluate, and come back?
Yep, I have. I remember, I want to say about, about maybe 12 years ago, 13 years ago, something like that. I went on a tangent on Facebook and was like, you know, I'm so tired of putting on so much for the city and representing the city and I love and blah blah. Matter of fact, and the reason I went on the tangent was because I had just finished a gig for my birthday, and I had like a meet and greet that I had to go to, and like I was like a guest bartender. I didn't know what I was doing, but people wanted me to do it. It was I was with like an energy drink company. I was endorsed with them. And they're like, yeah, we're doing a meet and greet for you, and you're gonna be like the celebrity bartender. And I'm like, all right, cool. I go. And not even thinking, because I knew I was going to be there for about a half hour. Left my horns in the car. Stupid decision on me, because I never leave my horns in the car. I know where I'm at. I know where I'm from. I know what the surroundings are. And I did it anyway. I was like, I'm not going to be in there long enough. Came out, back window was busted. Two horns was gone, microphone, all of my equipment just gone.
Oh my God.
The next day, I went on a tangent, man, and I was like, F this city, I hate blah, blah, blah. And I went off because I was so upset. But it wasn't upset at the fact that because Detroit doesn't support, it was the good and the bad of the city. Like people hear it all the time. Like, oh my God, I hear Detroit is so dangerous and they do this and fires and riots and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, but every city is like that. You know what I'm saying? Every city has a pocket that's like that. So you avoid those things. But sometimes those things they can't be an avoidance sometimes. Sometimes they find you. And, you know, I lost it, man. And like my mom called, you gotta take that down. Like, people pay attention to you. And I was like, no, I don't care. Like, and I was heated. So of course I came back and I took it down and I calmly apologized for downplaying my city. It was like, look, this is one of the greatest cities in the world. It just has not so great people in it. You know, so I've had one of those moments, but I went back and I fixed it. I woosted, drank me some green tea, and I calmed down.
And I mean, at least you had an opportunity to, I guess, redeem yourself, for lack of a better word. You know, some people aren't as, some audiences or fan bases aren't as forgiving.
I feel like if it was done in a different time, like now, because you know, people know me a little bit more and there's more of a fan base. It's 2020. Like, the world is walking on eggshells. So everything is a trigger, you know. So
absolutely.
Had I said something like that, that could have instantly turned into, you don't care about Black lives. No, that's not what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter what you say. Like, it can get twisted the wrong way. So it's like, you got to make sure that you, first of all, you say what you mean and mean what you say, but if you gonna say something, like, you better have something behind it to back it up.
Definitely.
But yeah, sometimes you don't get that second chance.
Yep.
And so yeah, I agree.
So staying on the topic of it being 2020 and things are pretty sensitive and different right now. A conversation that I often have with my business partner, Michelle, is about the increase in all of these live broadcasts, let's say showcases, if you will, for free. You know, artists are doing it, musicians are doing it, DJs are doing it, like everybody is doing it. How do you feel this is going to translate when the world opens back up and now we're going back to performing in person, but we've kind of trained our audience now to be accustomed to access to it at no cost? Like, do you think that's going to be a problem?
It's yes and no.
Okay.
I think yes, it'll be a problem because now we've given a huge audience. Yeah, like we've given them the advantage to just say, I can watch this from home for free. You know, versus and I don't know, $50 for a decent ticket. You know, like people are very skeptical about going out. And I think realistically, like that's gonna hang around for a minute.
I agree.
Our jobs are probably going to be the last people to go back to work.
Unfortunately.
Man, I think Monday is when baseball is supposed to be going back. So like Detroit's in an uproar about it. They're all excited. Oh my God, baseball is back. And I'm like, music not. So
right.
I don't know who's back. Yeah, like I'm just sitting back watching everybody go back to work. And I'm just,
yeah.
Go practice. I definitely think for the pro about it is that I really think that the independent artists will prevail because a lot of you got your major artists that either they're not saying anything about, can't perform or anything, so I'm gonna do this live concert. Or you got them that they'll do like one concert and then that's it. And then you got us, the independent artists, who are grinding. We don't have a choice to sit back. We're not sitting on the millions, so we can't say, I'll show my face once and I'll be good. Like, no, if I don't show my face, y'all gonna forget about me. And I ain't got no money. Like, at the end of the day, like,
yeah,
I need y'all to remember me so I can, I can go get some gas or go get some groceries. Like, I don't plan on being a millionaire during this quarantine time.
Right.
However, I still have bills to pay. I still have groceries to get. I still have a very greedy almost 9-year-old kid who eats me out of my house. Like, man, look, I gotta continue to work. I gotta find new avenues. I gotta find new adventures. I gotta, keep pumping myself because anybody else gonna do it. So for those people, the independent artists, like people that I like to call the indie heroes, they're grinding, and I think their audience is going to appreciate that. So when that time does come in, we can start saying, okay, hey, I'm doing a very intimate concert at this place, and the tickets might be $25-$30, which is normally, like something like that, a small venue, you'd be like, okay, I'm just $10. But because things are a little different, I think because they've watched us evolve in these times, I think they will appreciate that, and then you'll have more people that are willing to show up to an intimate performance where you do 2 shows a night for 50 people there.
Right.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like it's allowing me as an artist and as a businessman to see a different perspective of it. Like I always try and look at everything as glass half full versus half empty. Because,
absolutely.
Things have always been worse. So they got no choice but to get better eventually.
Okay, I like that. So when did you take the leap to do music full time?
January 14th, 2014.
Okay.
I'll never forget it. I was actually fired from my corporate job.
Okay.
And the reason that I was fired was because I had a meeting the week before Christmas. And it was like that end of the year, Christmas bonus time, where they're about to give out a bonus and stuff. And so we had like evaluation meetings. They were like, man, we just love your energy. And we love your creativity. You come to work every day from 5 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m. And we're excited. We're so thankful for you. But, if you could like put more of your energy into your job here, like you do your music, then we can like, we can really get things rolling. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And they were like, well, because music is just a hobby. Like, you're not really going to go anywhere with that. Like, you're just doing it just to like shit. I was like,
excuse you?
What? So, I very calmly responded. And they were like, if you could just focus your time in more here at this job, maybe a couple more hours a week, maybe 2 hours a day. We just we add 14-hour days. And so I looked at them and was like, it's never gonna happen. So my boss at the time, supervisor, was like, oh, okay, well, thank you for your time and we'll get back to you. So literally every day after that meeting, I got nitpicked about everything. You punched into work at 5:03. You're supposed to be here at 5 o'clock. And I was like,
seriously?
Like, okay, no big deal.
Yeah.
He didn't turn in this on time. It was supposed to be in at 3 o'clock. He turned it in at 4. And I was like, I turned it in a whole day early. What are you talking about? Okay, so like everything that they could do to nitpick at me, they did it. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna have to let you go. Your production your levels are going down. So yeah, we're just gonna have to let you go. And I was like, all right. Like I was not upset. Like I didn't even think about like, yo, I'm about to leave out on this $65,000 a year job. I didn't care. I did not care. And I told myself I was at that job, I said, you know what? This is the last time to be working for anybody else. This is it. No more corporate job. And I was like, yeah, that's it. So when that moment happened, when it was like, I don't really think I took a leap. I got kicked off a cliff. It was like, why? It was like,
I learned how to fly on the way down.
Man, it's gonna be fight or flight, man. Cause you're either gonna hit that ground hard as heck, or you're gonna soar in the sky. So, I took that, and I remember like when I left from work, I went home, started recording, and I re-recorded on Free, and I just want to be free. I recorded that. That was the first song that I recorded. I did absolutely nothing with it, but I just felt free, so I ended up playing that song.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was my moment. January 14th, 2014.
Wow, that's crazy. So it's interesting because I know that a lot of people do find it difficult to just have the faith in themselves and that dream that most people do not validate. Like your past employer said, it's just a hobby, not everybody can take it as seriously as the people who are actually in it. Did you find it difficult to price out your talents? How did you do that?
I mean, like
your rates, determining what's appropriate without undercutting yourself.
No, I still have some issues with that today.
Yeah.
And at one moment, I had it locked in. It was like, okay, this is what I charge per hour. Me, like I had an a la carte menu.
Yeah.
And Auntie Roro showed up, and like that menu was like out the window.
Oh.
Now it's literally like starting over. So like I've done a few gigs. They're all like outside in a corner, just me and a speaker, stuff like that. And it's like quick gig, like maybe a half hour. So it's like, well, how do you charge for it? I don't know. So it's me starting over again.
Okay. Wow.
I am thankful for it because it is something, and it's business picking back up slowly but surely. And
that's good.
With this going on, and I don't think Detroit has yet to see one day where it's been 0 fatalities. That's been COVID based. So it's, we're still walking on eggshells here. So it's refreshing to see that we're moving in an upward motion and we're not just flying through it, because there's a lot of states here in the U.S. that have just opened up way too prematurely, and they're suffering.
Stressed. Like, I don't even live in the States, and I'm stressed for you guys.
And I'd be scared because I want to go somewhere so bad. Like I miss flying. I haven't been on a plane since March 9th. Like I don't forget dates. Like I'm big on dates.
Yeah.
My last gig was March 8th in Florida. I wouldn't touch Florida with a stick right now because it's a hot spot. Like,
Yep.
keep it. I'll watch from afar. Prayers, prayers, prayers. Like I couldn't do it right now. Like there's so many hot spots there. And I'm praying for all of them, man. Because Florida is one of them. Because it's you got the whole state surrounded by warm weather and beaches. You know, like I honestly couldn't say if I stayed there, I'd be able to stay home either. Because it's like
Honestly.
it's right there. There's the water. Like we got beaches too, but like we get like
Same.
3 weeks of 80-degree weather. Like after that, it's like, all right, well, here comes the snow. So when it was cold, like it was really easy to stay home. But like now, I just in the back porch, I listen to some music and chilling. Like if I'm not working, I don't leave out the house.
Yeah. So guys, let this be a testament to how important it is to show some love, as we say here at The Hook, aka tip the performers. Honestly, every little bit counts. It doesn't even have to be a lot. If it's $1 or $2, $3, like if everybody is showing a little bit of love, it equates to a lot of bit of love on the receiving end. So head over to hookitup.tv/tip and tip the performer. Whoop, whoop, yes. So I want to jump back and talk a little bit about the sequel, Baby Boy. we have the pleasure of seeing him pop up on your Instagram from time to time. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you just featured him on, was it The Lock-In?
On The Lock-In on Thursday.
Yeah. So what's it like, balancing artist life and daddy life, and how do you see that impacting his growth as your son?
Well, I actually lucked out, man. Like LJ is a really he has a lot of energy. To be expected. He's a very opinionated young man.
Oh.
He's very conscious and aware of his surroundings.
Okay.
And like he's I always hear people like just tell horror stories about their kid, and I'd be like, man, that mine ain't that bad. Like, all right, cool. Like he has moments, like all kids have moments, but it's really been a blessing. Like I learned just as much from him as he learns from me.
Nice.
Especially with him being in the quarantine school now, because everything is homeschool, and they're talking about, well, we're getting that. Actually, they have summer school open, like in certain parts here, and it's like, yeah, no, he's not going back yet. So he's doing virtual classes.
Okay.
Which is me, like that's great. Like it's maybe 2.5 hours Monday through Thursday, So like, and I sit here with him, and we go through his classes and
nice.
and everything. So it's teaching me every single day about a new level of teaching.
Okay.
And I take that exact teachings and I put it and apply it right to my music, right to my business. Like you can't do everything you want to do in a day.
It's true.
It takes time, and you gotta let it marinate. Like you want a microwave meal, or you want a slow roasted, slow cooked meal that's gonna be amazing to your soul. So like I literally take that patience level and that learning, and I apply it to everything in my life. But yeah, it's interesting. Like I being a dad is one of the greatest joys of my life. Like I can imagine not being here. Actually, when I was his age, oh no, he's my age. Oh, when I was 8. Yeah, when I was 8.
Yeah.
It's so funny because my son, I swear, he's a reincarnation of my dad.
Okay.
But, when I was LJ's age, which was 8, my dad passed away. And he was 30. And it kind of came out of nowhere. Like he had a heart attack. So I was about as a kid, like I'm gonna be as close as I can to my kid. Like, we hang out, and he probably gonna get on my nerves, but we're gonna do whatever he want to do. I'm gonna learn from him. I'm gonna teach him. And I'm going to listen. Like that's been one of my biggest days, because I think a lot of times as parents we don't listen to our children enough, and they have a lot of knowledge. Like, and it's not just applied knowledge that they learn from us. Like they learn things on their own too. So one thing I've learned to do is listen and have a very open heart and open mind when it comes to things that he wants to say. And I feel like he enjoys the fact that here talking to me is a safe haven. You know, like
That's awesome.
yeah, like I didn't have that. Like growing up, I was like, man, I don't, man, like, get my ass if I say something. So I was like, I don't know, man. But like, I made sure like I wanted to be able to have that open dialogue with him. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? Like, you know, come to me, even if it's something that you feel like you did wrong. I still want you to come to me. I don't want you to hide it. I don't want you to hold on to that stress. Like, come talk to me about it. You know. So
Yeah.
that was instilled very young, like
Okay.
very young, and to this day, like he still listens to that. So I'm thankful.
That's amazing. Not a lot of parents can say that they have that kind of relationship with their child. So it's always nice to hear and witness it, you know, the little parts that you do share on social media. Is he musical as well?
Very. So with the lock-in on Thursday, it featured him because he's actually been working on music. It's so funny because he was like, Dad, I want to do a lock-in. And I was like, what? You want to do a lock-in? He was like, yeah, like, you don't do the cipher anymore. And I used to be able to do the cipher, but now I want to do a lock-in. I was like, you want a whole feature to yourself? Yes. And I was like, well, how? Like, I know you're making music, but how long you been making music? He was like, man, I've been making music since I was a kid.
But you're still a kid.
It tickled me. So I was like, you know what? My arm is twisted. You got it. Like
I love that.
And it was his very first interview, and like he was just so nervous, but it was so great to like see just how nervous he was. And he was like, Dad, like that's not easy. Not man, like you doing it this early, like
Yeah.
you know, by the time you're 10, 11, 12 years old, like you'll be a natural at it, you know.
So if he decided, you know, when he's older that he wanted to do music professionally, you'd support?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I'm buying them all the way.
I love that. That's great.
Funding
You know,
projects and buying new instruments and all the other stuff anyway, so I'm back.
Yay. I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to pivot a little bit. I would love to talk about collaborations and role models. You've worked with a lot of amazing people in the industry. You also had your own band. What was it called again? The Collective Peace?
Collective Peace.
Collective Peace, yes. You guys disbanded in 2017, I believe it was.
Yep.
Yes, okay, good. So what was it like having your own band for as long as you did? And when the band disbanded, how did you make that transition to just performing on your own?
Well, the highs of the band were really, really amazing because we did things and we didn't think at all that people were listening.
Okay.
And like when we put out our first single, which was Let the Music Play, and we watched the single grow on the charts. Like on the iTunes charts, I think it got up to like 16 in the top 100 of the jazz chart. And on Google Play, it was number one for 3 or 4 consecutive weeks.
Amazing.
And we were like, what's happening? Right? It was like, okay, we're just gonna put a little music out. We hope y'all like it. The end. And it was like, no, like people were listening. And the album is the one that topped the charts on.
Okay.
The single, it did okay. I think it got up to like 50. But the album, when the album came out, it made a lot of noise that we weren't really ready for. We were more excited about putting out some music on the local level.
Gotcha.
You know, as the CDs out in the trunk, you know, like, oh, I'm glad y'all came to the show. Here's the CD. Thank you so much. Here's the CD. And I remember like our first bulk order of CDs was 500 CDs.
Okay.
And out of the 500, we did an album release concert on Leap Day 2016, February 29th. And that night we sold 3 out of the 500.
Wow. Oh my God.
Next day we shipped out 200 CDs. So that first box was gone in a day.
That's insane.
So then I think our next order was like 1,000. That was gone in a week. And then we had to do 2,000. Like it just kept doubling. And we were like, what is happening? So it was really surreal. Like I really just hope and pray that that success, I'm able to repeat that with the project, because it was very organic. It was a very grassroots type of marketing approach.
Okay.
It was just really unsuspecting because we didn't plan for it, and it just happened. And like we had people who we looked up to that were like, "Oh yeah, I know Collective Peace." I remember like being in talks with like radio stations, and they would like always mention like the people that was in our close circle when it came to like the soul bands and the jazz bands. We had like Moonchild, you had the internet, you had Snarky Puppy, and they knew who we were, and we were like, "What?
Okay.
What are you kidding me?" Like we look up to y'all, and they was like, "No, man, y'all joints, we love y'all album," and we were like,
that's amazing.
"Hey." Oh, so yeah, like the highs of it were really amazing. Like we had great opportunities to do performances outside of the state. We put out a bonus album, not a bonus album, but a special release album in Taiwan. I think they sent us, I want to say 20 of the CDs, but that CD sold out like crazy over there. And it's just really dope to like be able to like see your face on an album. You don't understand what the album says. It's just like language. And it was like, yo, like this is really dope. Like we were getting requested left and right. Like we were featured on NPR News.
Okay.
It was a really, really great ride. But at the end of the day, because of personal reasons, we had to just kind of disband the band. And it was shocking for a lot of people because they were like, "No, there's no way. Like you guys are like killing it right now. Like there's no reason that you guys should not be making music." And it was like, yeah, there's a lot of reasons. But we tried to be as cordial as possible with the front people in the band, me and my ex-wife.
Okay.
But with the rhythm section, like we had an amazing cast of musicians and artistry that was with the band, and for a long time, the keyboardist and the bassist were part of my band, which was also Zoe and Carmen Rogers' backing band.
Okay. Wow.
We stuck around for a good long time, and we're still get together as Zoe and Carmen's band, but with my band, me and the crew, the bass player is still the only person who plays from like.
Got you. Okay.
So I still have a little piece of peace.
Gotta hold on to it.
Yeah.
So the crew is your new band, or that's just a bunch of your friends and you guys just link up from time to time?
Yeah, that is me and my band. So like for me, the way that I look at the crew is like how you see Bruno Mars. You see Bruno Mars and you don't see the Hooligans. There's a problem.
Got you.
See me, more than likely you see the crew. Like no fun, the crew can't have none. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is with us. So like like if I can, I'll bring the crew with me. Like,
love it.
It's a different experience musically when the crew is there versus just me. Like it's a whole show.
Yeah. You guys have amazing chemistry, and watching the concert that you recently put on, I was just in awe. Every single person in that band is, as an individual, immensely talented. So the power, even just through the screen, that what you guys are able to translate through the music, wicked. You definitely have something special there. So who would you say then has been, or even if it's multiple people, had the greatest impact on your musical career thus far?
That's tough. All right, so I'm gonna give you a few people for a few different reasons.
Yes.
I'm gonna start with family. I'm gonna say my entire family because I have a huge family.
Okay.
But my family, of course, they are my number one fans. My mom. When I was in the 3rd grade, my family didn't have a lot of money, but they all scraped up some money together and bought me my first saxophone.
Wow.
So without them, I'm nothing. I wouldn't be here. So definitely my family.
Okay.
Let me see. from a random perspective, a lot of people don't know it, but some people do. One of my greatest inspirations is Lisa Simpson from The Simpsons.
Okay.
That was the reason that I started playing saxophone. Actually,
Really?
watching The Simpsons, and I saw this little 7-year-old yellow girl playing saxophone, and I was like, "Oh, she's sweet! Like I want to do that." And I told my mom, and she was like, "Saxophone? Why?" And I was like, "Cause she killing."
Because you had a crush on Lisa Simpson.
I guess so. It must have been the pointy hair or the sundress or something. I don't know what it was.
Funny. Okay.
But I was like, "Yo, like that's what I want to do." So yeah, Lisa is part of my musical career.
Okay.
Also, Kobe Bryant. Kobe taught me how to be tenacious in everything that you do. Yeah, so like I live by the Mamba mentality. It's for me. I've always watched Kobe and admired him way back, like '97 when he was a rookie, and it didn't matter who thought he was what. You know, like he was tenacious. Like you couldn't tell him he wasn't going to be good.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, yo, man, like that guy gets it. Like he's on to something. I don't know what it is. How he has this ice in his vein.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one. Another one is Mike Tyson. What a lot of people don't know is when I'm actually performing live, I've studied Mike so much based on like how he moves and everything.
Okay.
My performance stance is based on Mike Tyson's fighting style.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Because that dude, when that bell ring, it's over. Like, and that's how I try to beat the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get out there and I want to just hit. I want to go. Like, I want to go for blood. Like, I want you to feel every single note that I play. So yeah, I got that from Mike. So
dope.
Those are my inspiring people.
I love it. You have so many fun facts. This is fantastic. Okay, so flipping the script a little bit, for others that are coming up in the industry after you, what do you hope that they take away from you and your journey if you were to be like their role model?
It would be the same thing that I've learned from my role models. To just be tenacious, passionate, and always give back. Like I can't stress enough the importance of giving back, because not just from perspective of, okay, as a Black man, you need to give back to your community. That's cool and all. But just from a karma perspective, like if you give, you get. That's it. Like if you give crap, you'll get crap right back. So if you give positivity, you're going to get nothing but positivity right back. So I try and tell people all the time, just radiate positive vibrations, man. So yeah, that's it. That's what.
Okay.
Yeah, just give back.
So aside from your positive energy, what would you say has been your greatest contribution to the music industry or the community?
To the computer, you know, I gave this thing. But I don't know, man. Like I try and give as much as I can. Like I've done fundraisers, I've had benefit concerts where I've literally not made a dime, and I've given to organizations. I've donated instruments. I'm all about giving back at whatever level I can.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I could do something on a grander scale, I absolutely would. You know, team up with great corporations and companies if I could. You know, that would be my next step if I can make it happen. But whatever it is I do, I just try and give. Like that's
yeah.
Like the pro and the con, to have a big heart, and I know I have a big heart, and oftentimes I see people trying to take advantage of it. But that's less people than it is more people. Like more people are more giving and receptive to giving. Somebody to give them.
Okay.
Every now and again, especially in this industry, you get those people who are not so great on the top of it. But like you just gotta sift them out.
True.
But yeah. I just want to be known as a giver, you know, and not just because I said it, just based on my actions. Like I want people to know, you know, I got to give.
Gotcha. Okay. So how would you define success?
Success to me is not. It's not a financial thing.
Okay.
I definitely think that I am successful, but it's not based on what's been on the charts. It's not based on how many units were pushed. It's just success for me was when I told the guy who I was working for, like, I want to do major stages. I want to do sold out shows at arenas. And he was like, man, that ain't gonna never happen. You play saxophone. And I was like, yo, like, this is my level of success. Like, once I pass there, I don't even care what happens after that. Like, that is my success level reach. Like, that is what I have to reach.
Right.
And when it happened, you know, and it didn't happen once, but it happened 31 consecutive times, I was like I had a chip on my shoulder. But it was only directed to that one guy because I swear, like, I've never heard nobody tell me I couldn't that hard and meant it. Like, I've only been around people that like feed into my creativity, and
right.
That, you know. And he was like, "Oh no, that's stupid. Like, just give up. That's stupid." Never once heard me play. Never once. So how can you tell me I'm not good enough to do something if you've never even experienced it?
Here.
That's just me. Like, being able to look back at the people who told you that you can't do it, and one thing that they told you you can't do, you're doing it on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
That was successful.
That's it. Okay, wonderful. So that being said, having the super successful career that you have had so far, what would you say has been your greatest accolade to date?
Greatest accolade.
And side note, congratulations on your recent award winning.
Thank you. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, I don't know. My greatest?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even need to be music related. Let's just say in general, your greatest accolade to date. Or a moment that you're most proud of.
Greatest is going to be my son.
Okay.
That's definitely my son. Yeah. I'll roll with that.
Okay, well, that's a great answer. We'll stick with that. All right, so we're nearing the end of the interview portion. Just a couple more things that I would love to touch on. First and foremost, tell us about, you know, any current projects that you're working on or what we can expect from you next.
So I am currently working on a project that I have literally been working on for over 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this project, we started it again in 2017.
Okay.
And we were close to putting it out, and it wasn't quite ready. And then so we like, oh, we're gonna wait a couple months, and then it never got to that point where it was like, now's the time.
Good enough, right?
Now, yeah. So like now, it's like, okay, well, let's get this thing done, and this will be my third solo project.
Okay.
I put one out in 2009, second one in 2011, and then the Collective Peace album came out in 2016. You know, so I got 4 years in between. So I was like, yeah, it's time.
It's time.
You know, in all actuality, if I could put out an album every 2 years, I definitely would. But, you know, it just wasn't the time for this album to come out. But now, especially in this climate, I definitely think that this album is ready to be born, you know.
And what's it called?
It's called Black Gold.
Black Gold. Okay, so tentatively, when can we expect to see that?
We're shooting for the middle of September. I haven't confirmed the date just yet, but we're actually going to put out another single in August.
Ooh, excited.
Oh yeah, so yeah.
You just keep pumping out the steps. He just released, as you guys heard earlier, the song that's called, like just released that. Well, okay, I have to ask, why the title of the song that's called?
So I remember sending the song over to my partner, who's the CEO and the head man of Every Music, who goes
Okay.
by Bean Bean. Like I sent him the song, and he was like, "Yo, this is dope." And I was like, "Thank you, man." And he was like, "We need a song title," and I was like, the song that's called," and he was like, "That's stupid." All right, so if it's stupid, it got to be great. So, and it started to turn into like one of those "Who's on Third"
Right.
type jokes, and it was like, you know what? That's the name of the song. And it was funny because anytime I put a song out, people always they always butcher the name of the song.
Oh,
Like,
shucks.
for instance, there's a song on the Collective Peace album, which is called Track 6, but it's the third song on the album. It's called Track 6. And so people, they butcher it. They be like, "Man, I love that Track 3. Track 7 is dope." I'll be like, "Yep, okay."
In all fairness, you set them up for that. You really should have made track six.
Yeah, I should have, but yeah, it was way more fun to put Track 6 third on the album. But yeah, like I just like having fun with song titles, you know, and it has to be one of those things where people remember the melody just as much as they remember the name of the song. So when I tell people like, "Hey man, that's a good song, man. What's the name of the song?" "Oh man, that's the song it's called." And they be like, "Called what?" No, not what. It's
Yes. That's exactly what happened to me when I first saw it. I was like, "So what's it called?" And then when I saw the repetition of all of the promo, I was like, "Oh,
Who's on first? Oh, okay."
clever. I love it. Okay, dope. So we should expect something else in August. And then hopefully mid-September, we have Black Gold. So you have to let us know officially, like tag us and stuff so that we can, help our people stay connected with everything that you got going on. Because I know that they definitely would want to.
Gotcha.
So last two things. This is legit my favorite portion of the show because I just love ultimates. So ideal world, nothing could go wrong. Big picture, you have all the resources in the world that you absolutely need. What is your ultimate goal?
Ultimate. I've actually thought of this is not even without question. My ultimate goal is to have a performing arts school from the youth, from like 6, 7, all the way up to when kids are getting ready for university and college.
Okay.
I would love to have a artist development program in that school that teaches the music business side, because as a young person here in the city, I didn't get that, and I think it's really important that kids learn about that. They learn about copyright. They learn about in publishing companies. They learn about protecting yourself in those things, and how there's so many different venues and avenues where you can make monetary gains just from things that you might seem as a hobby.
Right.
You could be selling songs on TikTok and have a check coming once a month. Like there's so much to it. Like that would be my absolute ultimate, is to have the opportunity to have a housing place for to teach.
Okay.
Of course, here in the city, but like if I could have it in other cities and states, but it has to start here.
That's really dope. I love that. Okay, so this feeds right into my next question then. I know sometimes us artists, people in the industry have difficulty asking, so we are happy to ask on your behalf, and you never know who might see this. So what would you say, aside from like financial support, do you most need to make the greatest impact on your next steps, or to take your career, your dreams, your ultimate goal to the next level? How can we help?
There's a couple different ways. The monetary stuff is fine, but the thing that I think I need now more than anything is to continue to run that grassroots candidate or campaign where people are continuing to not just like stuff, but they're reposting things. They're sending out text messages. "Yo, I just found this new song by SaxAppeal. You might like this." Send out a group text message about it.
Right.
Get into a watch party on Facebook. Like, people need to be more familiar with it. And I think at the end of the day, like the right person will see it, the the right amount of people see it, and that'll lead to something bigger and better, and the next bigger and better will lead to something else bigger and better. So that's just the way it works. So, getting it out through word of mouth, like that's always going to be the greatest weapon of all time through the stuff that we do. The internet is fine and all of that, but that's cool. Like I grew up doing this music stuff when people were actually passing out flyers. Like I had a street team for my first album.
That's amazing.
My street team, I ordered 1,000 flyers. We was passing out flyers. He was like, "What is a SaxAppeal?" And on the back, it explained what a SaxAppeal was, how you can get this music, what shows was coming up. Like there was a whole street team. But yeah, like word of mouth. Like my first couple fans was from family. Then they started telling the people that dropped off their mail to them, people at the beauty shops, did their nails, the malls that they shopped at, and then it grew from there.
Okay.
That's it, man. Just word of mouth. And if you see something you like, share it with some people that you know. Share it with your mama, your daddy, your family.
Everybody. And it's I'm not surprised that that's your answer, because that has been everybody's answer. So clearly there's a common theme that we're just not doing enough, people. We need to do more sharing. It's not just out there to sit there and look pretty. It's out there to be shared and enjoyed and loved. So share the content, like, subscribe, comment, follow, all of that good stuff. Send in those hearts, the emojis, the donations, everything across the board matters. That being said, we have one last thing to do before I let you go, and it's called the Stripped Quickie. So you're gonna need your handy dandy saxophone for this one. What we're gonna do is I'm going to give you random words, and you have to play a song, the first song that comes to mind that has that word in the title or the lyrics. All right. You ready?
If I can keep up.
Okay, here we go. The first word is best.
Best? Best.
Hey.
Best of Me by Anthony Hamilton.
Yes. It took me a second. I was like, wait, no, I know this. Okay, your next word is old.
Old?
Old.
Geez, I didn't even play this song. Old Town Road.
Yo! Oh, I love this game so much. Okay, next word is sweet.
Oh, that's an easy one.
Yes! Now, if I knew the lyrics, then it would have been better, because I totally jumped the gun on that one, but wicked. And your last word is night.
Night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. See, I'm trying to think of keys, so I'll make a fool of myself. Night. And see, actually, now I got a whole bunch of nights in my head.
I mean, if you'd rather just sing it.
Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to make everybody go away.
I mean, the show is almost done anyways.
never played this song. I don't know what key it's in. Night. Night to Remember by Shalimar.
Oh, I don't know if I know that one.
That's throwback right there.
Okay. I might have to YouTube that afterwards. You're putting me on. And the last thing is no, you don't need to play for this one. Your words are done. But this is leave a message for your future self after the beep.
Hey, what's up, man? This is a 35-year-old SaxAppeal, and I was calling just to check on you, man, let you know things is good. And want to say I appreciate you for all the work that you helped me out with. Hope things is good in the future. And give me one of them flying cars, man. I need one of them. I'll at you soon. Love you. Holla.
Amazing. SaxAppeal, thank you so much for spending all this time with us today. Before we let you go, do you have any final words for the people?
Hey, man, all I got is 3 things to tell people. Continue to wash your hands, practice very safe social distancing, and if you haven't told somebody today that you love them, tell them right now. That's it.
There you have it, guys. That is the conclusion of season 1 of Stripped. We have had an amazing season so far featuring a plethora of fantastic artists. All of the past episodes are right here on YouTube. So while you're here, don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications because we have a lot of great stuff coming up. And don't forget to tell your friends. We are always looking for talented individuals, singers, songwriters, musicians, rappers, you name it. If they are amazing at what they do in music, we want to feature them right here. So send them over to thehookandco.com/stripped because we are now booking for season 2. Make sure you guys enjoy whatever it is that you do for the rest of the day today. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to head over to @SaxAppeal Music to follow his journey and everything else that he has coming up, because remember, he's got new releases coming up just now. And don't forget to enjoy his new single, the song that's called... Yeah, exactly. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Thanks for joining us once again, and we will see you again sooner than later. Bye.